Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? HodorsHonor for the second time around, and this will be the last time that I will do someone's defense twice, unless there's some sort of special occasion for it. The list is just getting too long to have return clients right now. I'm trying to get to all the first timers, and I'm having trouble putting out 6 of these videos a week on average, and I'm just not catching up to the list. But if you'd like to have your defense featured, links are in the description. Hit that like button while you're down there. I'll get you featured as soon as I possibly can. We grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. HodorsHonor has a Merc defense with the full Merc team. This is one of my favorites because it opens up fast. You get the opener right here with a striker, then the skirmisher puts the vulnerable, then comes back to the striker. You could build this guy up a little bit more to make him hang with the team better. You don't want him being that chink in the armor for some of those counters to this team. Everybody's a striker, he's a skirmisher. We've got great placement going on. You could possibly swap these two. Since he's lower, he's gonna need that deflect to help keep him alive. So you could maybe swap that placement for now, or you could build him up to match the power levels. Korath the Pursuer being such an amazing character. Everybody can't wait to build him up right out of the gates. I'm kidding, obviously he's crap. Probably the placement swap is gonna give you the most value unless you've got the resources to spare and bring him up, and I can't really recommend doing that. So I'm gonna go A- since there's something you could do to make the team better, but it's not too bad the way it is. Team number 2. Okay, this is an Marauder or a Marauder team with some substitutes. Now, Mystique no longer sucks since the rework, as long as she is paired with Sinister and Strife. I think she's actually a fantastic character now on this team. She does a lot of things a lot better. Sinister targeting the right people and stuff now, and Strife with higher resistance and faster taunt when Prior's on the team. Like, this team is a lot better now. They're catching people off guard. So I think if you used to be running this team, you should put them back in. Now her right there may not be beneficial, because what she might actually end up doing is removing the taunt from Strife, and you don't want that happening. So I'm not sure if Invisible Woman is a great pick for this team or not. I would say if your Strife is much smaller and is probably going to die, then you put her in here to pick up and carry the taunt situation. I know it's an invisibility thing that she does, but you get what I'm saying. Namor has synergy with her, but it's war offense. All he's going to be doing really is rewinding turn meter, and that may not happen very well depending on who you're going into this team with. Probably will rewind their turn meter, but whatever. He's not a terrible pick. He's somebody to throw in here. Personally, I like going with Minerva. I like the Minerva and Emma build for right now, and then it's going to be Emma and Prior when it comes out. But again, don't build Prior unless you're flexing. I don't see the value in building Prior. You could probably just take her to get her tier 12 and throw her in on this team. All in all, this is okay. If you don't want to use Emma on this team, these are some decent substitutes. I think there's better. I think we should probably, on this build, swap her out with Minerva. I think that's going to be better. If your Strife dies, Minerva revives him, and then you got something going on. You have her as a striker. She needs to be a skirmisher now for sure. I think skirmisher, maybe raider, but I think skirmisher is the way to go. There's a case to be made for striker, but I like skirmisher better. And I think when Prior comes out, we're gonna have to make her a skirmisher. So you might as well get started on that. Raider for him to make him crit. Yes, that's correct. Skirmisher on her is a good pick. You can also do healer, but I like her better as a skirmisher. You get more utility out of that. So, okay, on this build, it actually works the way you've got it going on. I think that you could use better people and then change out these ISOs and prepare for Madeline Prior coming up if you want to build her to any degree. Honestly, just throwing Prior in there at a low build is probably going to help this team out a lot. So I'm going to give you an A-. I think maybe we should be using different people, but this is actually pretty well done for who you're using. Team number 3 is the Wave 1 Avengers with Shuri in here instead of Hawkeye. I'm curious where your Hawkeye is. Shuri's a fine pick. I'm seeing Shuri with a lot of Fortifier these days. That's a raid thing, although it carries over well to war defense. There's no reason in building dual ISOs if you don't have to. Great placement, great ISOs. Yeah, it works. You got one person putting up vulnerables, one person soaking them up. A for the team. I like it. Here we got a Darkhold team. Look at that. All right. Now I'm running the Darkhold team with Phoenix in place of MLF for the time being, and my alliance mates are telling me that it's a stubborn build. This, however, does not have Agatha in it, so they're using Mordo and the other Strange. This is fine. It works pretty good. I think Agatha is pretty clutch on this team. We were talking about this in chat. I think the Darkhold team, a lot of content creators are saying this is the everything everywhere team that everyone has to build, and I don't believe that's true. I believe that there is 10 to 20% of the Marvel Strike Force community that could probably skip this team. Honestly, we were talking about, do you value cores in Arena? Do you want to stay in the top 10, top 15, or can you handle being in the top 100, or do you not value Arena at all? There's a case to be made to running the old meta and just hanging in the top 100 and being just fine shelving this team. You got to go for the stars. You got to be ready to use them for an unlock for Apocalypse later on. But I don't think that is absolutely necessary for everyone to build the team. That being said, I'm building this team. I'm going ham on them. I want to be in the top 10 in my Arena shard, so I'm going nuts on them. But they are useful everywhere. They are not necessary anywhere. So that's my stance on that. All in all, I think we all should be building the team, but there's a good percentage of people that can probably skip this team. If you're going to use them on defense, this is a great way to do it temporarily. I'd like to see Agatha come in place of Mordo, and then MLF in place of them, and then you're going to be switching that placement altogether. Remember, when you put Agatha in on this team, she calls out 1 assist, not 2. That's in Arena. So you're going to put her on the corner with Wong next to her. Wong will get called for an assist, and he will cleanse his team with his counter assist. That's how that works. So Striker, Raider, and Skirmisher. I think she's going to be a Raider, but Skirmisher's going to be a secondary pick. And then Healer on him is okay. I think he should actually be a Fortifier because his big thing is to revive team members, and he needs to be alive to do that. And then him as a Raider is okay, but he has, even with his rework, he still has a bit of a focus issue, so a level 5 Skirmisher is going to be better. So I think there are 3 better choices for ISOs over here, and I think eventually you're going to be swapping out players, so it's not a big deal if you want to make or not make those changes. I'm going to give you a B for this team. It's something to do in the meantime, but it could definitely use a few tweaks. Team number 5 is the YA team. Isn't this song just so chipper? These little trumpets and whatever. I don't know. I listen to too much techno, I think, so this one really kind of stands out in my playlist. Here we go. YA, the full team. Oh, wait, we got X23 in here in place of Chavez. That's an interesting pick. I like that, though. She's a hero brawler, so she synergizes well with what's going on here. You've got her as a striker. She has some auto-target features, which are really cool. X23 is just a great character, throwing out some RNG with that ability block. This is a great pick to sub in for Chavez, and a lot of us are making an awesome second defense out of Chavez, and I think we all should be, because this team is tough enough without Chavez. All in all, I like what you're doing. I'm going to give you an A for this team. Good job. Okay, over here, we've got Web Warriors. Decent placement. I think maybe we should spread the team out a little bit more. Like, I don't know, like throw Scarlet over there in place of OG Spider-Man or something. I mean, you could. This is pretty good placement. I think I'm doing something similar to this, so that's fine. I won't dock you for it. ISOs look great. Good job. I'll give you an A for that. Team number 7 is the Inhuman Coulson hybrid. Now, Hodor is adjacent to security, so there is defense down. So this team is going to be fantastic. They're all very fast. They light up early. They're going to be triggering those defense downs and proccing Kestrel. This is a nightmare defense when you are in or adjacent to security. We've got 2 Raiders and a Skirmisher and 2 Strikers. This is an absolutely perfect build. Absolutely perfect. I love it. So good job there. Moving on from that A team to this team. So we've got Cersei sped up by Chavez and Doom sped up by Chavez. Cersei is going to rewind turn meter, giving Icarus enough time to do his ult and rewind the turn meter even further, with Doom being sped up and getting to his time platform, which then carries Icarus for a ride, which will bring Icarus's energy back close to being full for the second time around. The only way this really works is if the team survives, if the enemy survives the final Icarus ult, and let's face it, Cersei's gonna soften him up. This is a fully maxed Icarus. He's gonna probably blow him away, and Doom's not even gonna get to go for his time platform. Although the second time around, Doom will be keyed up for time platform, which will be fantastic. So that's probably where he's going with that. I think that's actually a really good idea. Normally, I would say make 2 defenses, one with Doom and one Eternal Speed meta. I actually like the way this plays out. You've got Emma in here to keep Zemo from getting in front of anybody. This is actually really good. I kind of like this. I may actually try this on my defense. I kind of like this build here. You got him as a Raider. I don't notice any difference between Raider or Striker on Doom, so your choice, how you want to do that. Offense, I think for sure he should be a Striker. Defense, probably go Raider, I guess. Yeah, I love this. I'm going to give you an A+. I want to try that on my team. Team number 9 is the SA with Doc Ock and a Red Guardian. So we've got your 2 taunting tanks over here on the side. Red Guardian's going to open up with the taunt, and then Sam's going to carry it over. You've got Doc Ock putting deflex on one of your tanks who's going to be getting hit, and then Carter, who's a hot target. There's going to be a lot of healing going on from Maria heals when people block, and then he heals when people block. So lots of healing going on there. We've got Skirmisher Striker combo, healers all over the place. This is a fantastic team. I think this is a great build. You can do things with Eternal Chavez on this team. You can do things with Kestrel on this team. However, I think this is a great, like, defensively minded team. Now, considering the fact that HodorsHonor is adjacent to security, this team isn't going to be getting the kind of value it could get with Kestrel, but he's using his Kestrel over here on this team, which is crazy bonkers good. So I think he's still getting some value out. And then this is a defensively minded team where you could use this anywhere. I think in a team, in a room that's adjacent to engineering would be also really good. Or whatever one gives you the deflex. I think it's bridge or something. So it's a great team. A+ for this also. I like this composition. It's a great way to build that team. Team number 10 is your Heroes for Hire. I want a small placement tweak. I think you should swap places with Misty Knight. Is that right? Did I get it right this time? Misty Knight and Shang-Chi. Misty has some of the highest resistance on the team, so putting her in the corner will help against the Dark Hunter team. And then him over here, who cares if he gets resisted? I just don't like Shang-Chi in the corner because I don't want him getting resisted. And I don't like Colleen Wing in the corner because I don't want her getting resisted because she needs those deflex to do some counterattacks and stuff. And of course, you don't put him in the corner because he taunts and you don't want him having the disrupt. So was I saying resist? Disrupt, sorry. Anyway, really close. Raider, Skirmisher, Striker, Fortifier, Skirmisher. Those are great picks. Good power levels. You can bring up the rest of them into the blue if you really want to, but the team's starting to gain its mileage. It's got 3 solid counters out there for it right now. I'm going to give you an A- for that little placement tweak. We'll be doing you really good. Okay, so if you're a first timer, be sure to find the links in the description. Send in your picks, and I'll get you posted. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others, too, and I will see you next time. Bye.